Wow. 2 years at $12.5 million a season. That is 0% raise on what Connor McDavid is currently making. To talk about this, here's Ryan Rishaug. Ryan, are you as shocked as the rest of us are at the fact that Connor McDavid has re-signed for zero raise?
This is huge. Connor McDavid shocked the hockey world with his announcement. He finalized a deal that leaves fans and rivals reeling. Today, we unpack precisely what was announced, when it was made, how it changes things, and why this move was both surprising and full of consequence. On October 6, 2025, the Edmonton Oilers confirmed what fans have been anxiously waiting to hear. McDavid has signed a contract extension, but here's the twist that has everyone talking. It's only for 2 years, worth $25 million.
Wow. 2 years at $12.5 million a season. That is 0% raise on what Connor McDavid is currently making. To talk about this, here's Ryan Rishaug. Ryan, are you as shocked as the rest of us are at the fact that Connor McDavid has re-signed for zero raise?
Yeah, Gino, I mean, that's pretty jaw-dropping news.
That's an average annual value of $12.5 million, keeping his cap hit exactly where it was under his previous deal. This was the move everyone feared, not because McDavid is leaving, but because he's keeping his options wide open, and that should terrify Oilers fans. Before this extension, McDavid was entering the final year of his 8-year, $100 million contract. This extension keeps him in Edmonton, but only through 2027 to 2028, when he'll be 31 years old and still in his prime. Compare that to what other NHL superstars are doing. Kirill Kaprizov of the Minnesota Wild just locked in an 8-year, $136 million extension with a staggering $17 million AAV, the richest deal in league history. McDavid could have pushed for similar term and money. Instead, he chose flexibility over security. In his announcement, McDavid kept it brief. Our journey here continues. It's a statement of commitment, but only for now. There's no long-term promise, no lifetime pledge to Edmonton. Just 2 more years to see if this team can finally deliver what matters most, a Stanley. 361 goals and 721 assists. He's a 5-time Art Ross Trophy winner, a 3-time Hart Memorial Trophy recipient, and universally regarded as the most talented player of his generation. Yet the one thing missing from his resume is a championship ring. They extended defenseman Jake Wallman to a 7-year, $49 million deal. Head coach Chris Knoblauch was already locked up through 2028 to 2029. The front office, led by GM Stan Bowman, is assembling the pieces, but the clock is ticking. Bowman praised McDavid's commitment, saying, "Connor's dedication to our team and our city is surpassed only by his singular focus on bringing a Stanley Cup back to fans of the Edmonton Oilers." But one major challenge looms: Leon Draisaitl's contract situation. Draisaitl is McDavid's offensive partner and a cornerstone of the franchise. Managing both superstars' contracts while navigating salary cap constraints will test Edmonton's front office like never before. NHL insider Frank Saravalli pointed to these cap pressures as potential obstacles. If Edmonton can't surround McDavid with the right supporting cast, this 2-year deal could turn into a countdown to his departure. McDavid's extension is strategic, not sentimental. By committing to just 2 years, he preserves leverage for the future. If the salary cap increases or market conditions shift, he'll be perfectly positioned to capitalize. If Edmonton struggles, he'll have the freedom to explore other options while still in his prime. This deal also sets a fascinating contrast with Kaprizov's record-breaking extension. While Kaprizov bet on long-term security, McDavid is betting on himself and demanding that Edmonton bet on winning now. Connor McDavid isn't leaving Edmonton yet, but this 2-year extension is a warning shot. It's a message to the front office, the coaching staff, and the entire organization. The window is closing. McDavid has given the Oilers 2 more years to build a champion. 2 years to prove they can surround him with the talent, depth, and coaching needed to win it all. 2 years to justify his faith in this franchise. If they succeed, McDavid could become an Oiler for life. If they fail, the greatest player of his generation could be wearing a different jersey by 2028. The stakes have never been higher, the clock is ticking, and the hockey world is watching.
I guess we could start with the trade.
Yep.
Connor Ingram, what is the thought behind that, and what's the plan for him?
Plan for him is to go to Bakersfield. He's not been in training camp right now, so we need to get him going, get him, up to speed. And so I just spoke to him a few minutes ago, and he's excited for a new opportunity, for a fresh start. And so the plan is for him to go
Edmonton Oilers
to
general
Bakersfield.
manager Stan Bowman finally spoke. His words about Connor McDavid's future made headlines everywhere. McDavid moving toward the end of his contract. Bowman's comments gave a rare look at what the Oilers may be planning next.
Do you expect to go into the season without an extension in place for McDavid at this point?
No, I don't have expectations either way on that. I think we're continuing to talk to Judd regularly. I talk to him almost every day, and had good chats with Connor all along the way too. So I guess I don't like to make predictions. We'll see where it goes.
Stan Bowman spoke about Connor McDavid's contract situation at a press event. Reporters asked if McDavid's next deal would be linked to Kirill Kaprizov's new contract. Kaprizov had just signed an 8-year, $136 million extension with the Minnesota Wild, the richest deal in NHL history. His contract averages $17 million per year. Many said it sets the floor for McDavid's next deal.
How does the Kaprizov deal impact the negotiations, or does it?
You'd have to ask them on that. I don't know. I think in some ways Connor's he's a unique player. There's no one in the world like him. So I don't have a comment on that, whether it would be impacting it at all.
Bowman answered directly. He said, you'd have to ask them, Connor and his agent Jeff Jackson, on that. I don't know. He explained that every case is different. He added McDavid's deal to Kaprizov's contract. Bowman showed that the Oilers may be planning a different structure. McDavid is entering the final year of his current 8-year, $100 million contract. That deal pays him an average of $12.5 million a year. In the 2025-26 season, his salary drops to $10 million. Bowman said he wants nothing more to win in Edmonton. He added that McDavid is going through his own process. Bowman said management has to respect that process. In the 2024-25 season, McDavid scored 100 points in 67 games. That marked his 5th season in a row with 100 points. Over his career, he has 1,082 points in 712 games. The Kaprizov signed his record deal. Many thought McDavid's contract would automatically be larger. Bowman dismissed that idea. I don't have a comment on that, whether it would be impacting it at all, he said. He repeated that McDavid is a special case, different from anyone else in the league. Bowman said he is in close contact with Judd Moldaver, McDavid's agent. David's situation has now become the most followed contract story in the NHL. Reporters, fans, and rival teams are watching closely. Kaprizov's new deal set a new record, but Bowman has made it clear that McDavid's case stands alone. The Oilers have to balance many factors. They need to keep the roster strong while managing the league's salary cap rules. McDavid's next deal will play a huge part in that balance. The Oilers' approach appears careful. They do not want to rush or set false timelines. Bowman has repeated that both sides are still talking often. He has said the discussions are positive. Edmonton has reached the Stanley Cup final 2 seasons in a row, but lost both times. After those defeats, reporters said the Oilers must be devastated. McDavid pushed back on that idea. He said the team remains focused and ready to compete. His response showed that he wants to move forward, not dwell on past losses. Kaprizov's deal with Minnesota is now the richest in league history. Still, Bowman repeated that McDavid is a different case. He stressed that Edmonton does not see McDavid's value as linked to anyone else's contract. Connor's just a unique player. There's no one in the world like that. Statement shows how Edmonton may be planning. They may be ready to structure a deal that fits only McDavid. It might not follow the pattern set by Kaprizov or Draisaitl. Right now, McDavid's future remains open. His contract runs out after this season. Talks are ongoing. The Oilers general manager says those talks are strong. The hockey world waits to see what will happen.
I'd like to officially request a trade to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
What happens if Connor McDavid leaves Edmonton and joins Toronto?
The Connor McDavid contract not being signed. There's no extension in place. There's thoughts he might enter the season on the final year. Just, call it lame duck or just whatever you want to call it. But Oiler media, they're going to be going one way. I just figured you're probably the guy. People will be waiting to hear what you think.
Because people in Toronto, they're clearly cheerleading for them to go to the Leafs.
Toronto, they want him in there.
He's never going to leave. Everyone loves Edmonton. It's a great city. Just listen to all these people in Edmonton tell you so. So you need someone that's going to play it down the middle.
Straight facts.
Right? No bias.
I mean, is there concern if you're an Oiler fan?
If you had asked an Oiler fan after the Stanley Cup final what date they should be worried about Connor McDavid not being signed, you've passed all those dates.
It could change the whole NHL. It could break the West and build the East. And no one would be ready for it. If Connor McDavid ever left Edmonton and played in Toronto, the entire hockey world would feel it. The story is not just a dream. It's closer to being possible than ever before. Connor McDavid still has time left on his contract with the Edmonton Oilers, but he hasn't signed a new deal yet. His current contract was for 8 years and $100 million. It ends after the 2025 to 26 season. The Oilers general manager, Stan Bowman, said he believes McDavid wants to stay, but McDavid also said he isn't rushing. He said he will take his time with his family and agent before making a decision. This delay has fans and insiders talking. Some now think McDavid might look at other teams when the time comes. One of those teams is the Toronto Maple Leafs. NHL expert Pierre LeBrun said Toronto is one of the teams watching McDavid's situation closely. Other insiders have said the idea of him going to Toronto no longer seems outlandish. McDavid grew up in Ontario. That's the same place the Leafs call home. And now that Toronto traded away Mitch Marner, the team has space on the roster. That move cleared up cap space and gave the Leafs a reason to go after another big-name forward. Right now, the Leafs have about $1.9 million in free space. That's not enough for McDavid, but experts say the Leafs might wait until the salary cap goes up. That would help teams like Toronto sign big players in the future. NHL reports say the cap will rise in the coming years. To sign McDavid, Toronto would need to trade or release other players. His next contract could be the biggest in NHL history. Some think he might earn around $19 million per season. The Leafs have already changed a lot. Marner, one of their best players, is gone. He said leaving Toronto wasn't easy. He said it was the place where he fell in love with hockey. Now the team has to rebuild its forward lines. Some think they are saving space and planning for someone big, and some believe that player is Connor McDavid. If McDavid signed with Toronto, the offense would change right away. The Oilers would feel it right away too. McDavid has been their star for years. Last season, he had 100 points in just 67 games. He also added 33 points in 22 playoff games. Losing him would be a major blow. The Oilers might have to rebuild or trade other players like Leon Draisaitl. His salary takes up $14 million in cap space every year. If McDavid leaves, the team may have to build around Draisaitl or start over. The Oilers' playoff hopes would change fast. Some reports say McDavid might not want a long deal after this one. One article said he may avoid signing past 2026. If that's true, it gives teams like Toronto more hope. It also adds pressure on Edmonton to act fast. Media experts have shared how big this move could be. One said, "There isn't a day that goes by that the Maple Leafs front office isn't internally wondering what's happening with Connor McDavid and the Oilers." Another said Toronto is waiting on McDavid's decision. If McDavid moved to Toronto, the NHL could shift overnight. The Maple Leafs would become instant title favorites. With Austin Matthews and McDavid on the same team, their offense would be one of the best in the league. The power play would be dangerous. Fans would pack the building. TV ratings would go up. Toronto's current roster has 23 players. Their cap space is tight, but experts say they could trade trade one or two players to make room. Some analysts believe the Leafs should not trade right now. Instead, they say wait until 2026 and then make the big move when McDavid is free. Some say Edmonton could offer a cheaper deal just to keep him. That would give McDavid a chance to stay with the Oilers and keep winning. But if he really wants to go home to Ontario, the deal won't matter. The story would then become bigger than just numbers. Fans in both cities already have strong opinions. Toronto fans dream about the homecoming. Edmonton fans worry about losing their star. The debate is loud on social media. Some say it would ruin the Oilers. Others say it would save the Leafs. There are many things that would have to happen. The NHL salary cap would need to rise, and both teams would have to make bold choices. But right now, the door is not shut. McDavid hasn't signed. Toronto has cleared room. The league is watching. And if it ever happens, the move would shake the NHL like never before. The idea is no longer just a dream. For some, it's a real plan. For others, it's a nightmare. If McDavid ever puts on a Toronto jersey, it would be one of the biggest moments in hockey history. It would leave fans, teams, and the entire league speechless.
All the pieces are here for 25, 26. You know, when the time's right, the moment's right, I think it'll just be a feeling. As of right now, just excited to get the season.
Connor McDavid has faced the same question over and over about his future. This time, he'd had enough. His frustration showed, and then he snapped with blunt words that silenced the room. He said, "Nothing's really changed as of now."
Time off, kind of what's your approach now? Is it a day thing, is it a week thing, a month thing for the contract?
Yeah, not really much to report. Obviously we think about it, we talk about it, gauge where we're at, what we're feeling. Yeah, nothing's really changed as of now.
McDavid now enters the final year of his 8-year, $100 million contract. His words landed hard because fans and reporters expected news of a deal. Instead, he made it clear there is no rush. Connor McDavid is in the last season of a $100 million contract. That deal began in 2017 and runs through the end of the 2025-26 campaign. The contract carries an average annual value of $12.5 million US dollars. This figure makes him one of the highest paid players in the National Hockey League. As of this week, McDavid has not signed any extension with Edmonton. Reporters pressed him at Oilers training camp. They asked if anything had changed in his talks with management. He answered, "Not really much to report. Nothing's really changed as of now, and just excited to be here at camp and get rolling." He repeated that he will take his time before making a choice. General manager Stan Bowman spoke about McDavid's stance. Bowman told reporters that the team will be patient. He said the Oilers are prepared to give McDavid space and time to decide on his future. Bowman also stated the organization remains confident that McDavid will stay. McDavid was also asked about how he feels about the situation. He said his focus is on the upcoming season. "My body feels good. I feel focused on the year," he explained. He added that playing hockey is the easy part. His physical preparation is complete, and his mind is set on games, not negotiations. The timing of his comments matters. The Oilers lost in the Stanley Cup Final for 2 straight years. Edmonton came close but fell short in back-to-back seasons. McDavid said these losses have fueled his drive. He stated, "I feel like people think that the Edmonton Oilers are just this heartbroken, wounded team, but I really feel that the last 2 years have been great. We've won a lot of big games. We've had a lot of special moments together. We've grown a lot together, and I think we'll be better for it moving forward." And he described the last 2 years as building blocks. He said the team has gained valuable lessons.